Alright, this time it should work. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list for the tailed spirits in Shindo Life. As I had said, I was going to do this before, but I was going to say I said I was going to do it whenever I maxed out everything, but ever since they changed the 6 paths to be copy and paste for all of them, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to show like the first 4 I have maxed out already, just to show you that it's literally just copy and paste. So let's start off with the one tails here. So TC is going to stand for the transparent cloak, which is the first form of the one tails, and I mean, B tier. I like it. I really do. This is just based off of skills. I just like this for the Z or Z spec for it, because it has a great tracking, and I actually do have a funny story about it, because one time I was just messing around. I was like a D rank or something like that, and somebody attacked me, so I was like, alright then, you know, we got into a little rumble, and then they were like 1 hit from death, and then I used the Z spec on this, and it just flew up and hit the person. And it was amazing. I love it. The Q spec is the same for all of these except for the 9 tails, Berserk state, and onward. Then, yeah, I mean, and then the 9 tails, or 10 tails, sorry. I lost my train of thought. Next up, Berserk. Worst. It is the worst for all of these. It's, well, it's not bad. I'll put it up to C. I'll give it to C. Because, I mean, unless it's the 5 tails where the damage gets reduced, it's just not good. It won't be good because the Z spec does so little damage. Yeah, sure, it gives 3,000 tie for all the tailed beasts, but that's not really amazing. Everything gives tie, and it's so annoying. But moving on along, the Z spec is literally just a Biju bomb. It's the exact same for every single other one. It deals like 50 or 60,000 on the initial hit to 1 NPC, unless the NPCs are really close together, then it might hit 2 or 3, but like, or well, enemy, I guess I should say, because you could use this on players as well, so. And then it does 4,000 per tick in the AoE. It does like, technically 70 or 80,000 damage, but odds are you're probably going to knock them out of the hitbox, or they're trying to get out of the hitbox, so they'll just substitution out of it. Actually, you can't block it, so that's good. Moving along. The thing that C stands for is the Biju Chakra stuff. Basically before you get the one with the cloak and tails on the cloak, so yeah. This one, B tier, no, C tier. Since it's the one tails, it doesn't have any special effects. It only slows, apparently, but it doesn't last that long. It lasts like 3 seconds, and that's a 3-second slow compared to a 3-second stun for these, other than this. But like, this one has a stun and a blind. It's not amazing. So yeah. The Biju Cloak. Again, C tier. I mean, it's just the effects. That's pretty much what I'm rating right now, just the effects of each tailed beast bomb. And then the 6 paths. I personally don't like the 6 paths on any of these, but it's like a good B tier, just because it's good, I guess. The whole point in the 6 paths is so that you get to have the full tailed beast transformation for a lot longer, and you get to sit on top of your tailed beast for a little bit. I mean, that's cool, but ever since some update, I think it was like 36 or 37, that they changed the beast bomb from it being, or not the beast bomb. They changed the left click while you were on the normal Z spec to being a random black orbs that you shoot out for whatever reason. Anyway, this is the only one that actually does change the Q spec. The Q spec is changed to, well, the normal Q spec is changed to the 6 paths orbs that you get from the 6 or 10 tails right here. It's turned into that pretty much. This is the Z spec on this. The right mouse button Z gets turned into the these two. They're Z specs, so I mean that's cool. Moving right on along. The transparent cloak for this D tier. The burning effect is nice and all, but the spread on this is insanely huge. There's no tracking on it either, so it's really hard to hit. The odds of you hitting it are so rare in PvP that it shouldn't really matter. On top of that, the Z spec doesn't give any EXP, so it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's not that great. The Berserk state, I'm just going to put these back here. I'm going to put literally every Berserk state, except for this one. I'll save that for later. I'll explain that later. But I'm going to take all the Berserks, throw them right here, because they're literally just copy and paste. That's what I feel like all of these tailed beasts are, just copy and paste of each other. It doesn't feel like they're unique in any way, shape, or form, other than this one. And that's it. It's the only one that's special. The Chakra mode is actually better than this, and technically this. Since it has a fire effect, it does burn damage, which is pretty much just better than slowing them, because you're going to get bonus damage anyway, so yeah, that's cool. This, again, I mean, right there. It's better than the 6 paths, which is debatably the worst of the B tier. The only reason I say that is because, you know, the full-tailed beast, you can do them 9,000 per hit, or ish, from last I knew, whenever you run into the person, assuming you can even run into them. Those hitboxes are really weird now. I don't like them. I like the model I like their model change, but I just don't like the way that they did it. And I mean, the Q spec stays the same for that, but the right mouse button Z is just normal Z on that. So yeah, I mean. It's great. This, just better. It's literally just an upgrade. Same exact thing on the Q spec. Those are the only things that are changed, and then the Z spec is you ride around on it and you shoot out black orbs. That's it. Transparent cloak for this one, I actually really like it. It's a really bad B tier, but I really like it. I mean, it has auto tracking, it is... It hits, what, 6 times to one NPC if all hits hit, and it knocks them back, so... I mean, it's really good. I like it. There's nothing special about the Q spec, but that's it. It's really special. It's really not special. Not special. It's really straightforward and basic. What is this? The normal cloak? Since it has damage over time, I'm gonna put it right up here. Because, yeah. It's good. I mean, the Z spec on it is really good. And it has a little AoE that lasts for a little while. I'll show it in a clip, obviously. I always do. That's the only reason why I wanted to get everything maxed out. And yeah, Q spec stays the exact same. That's pretty much it. This one right there. It's really low A tier, but I might even make it high B tier. Yeah, I might as well. It's a better version of this, but I mean, the damage shows it does like 1,900 damage per tick, and again, you get 9,000 per tick if you run into them with the Tailed Beast on the normal Z spec. It's just a better. It's just I don't know what to explain with this stuff. There's so little to explain. I might just move all of these down here. Because, like, I want to put stuff on C, but I don't want it to, like, go all the way out here. Uh, and then, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? It's the exact same thing. It's just the particle that is better. Transparent cloak. Oh my god! Actually, though, awful, garbage, dude. I'm sorry to anybody who likes this, the Four Tails, but the issue is that the hitbox doesn't work. It hits them, but then the lava hitbox is like whenever you hit a wall, and then it hits the middle of the wall, and it doesn't really work on the NPC. So it's awful. It is terrible. I hate it. But it's just, I mean, I guess it's technically better than these, but not even. Because these are actually, like, they can hit consistently sometimes. The cloak. I mean, the lava's effect is actually really good. It just doesn't work on the transparent cloak. Now, this is the 5 tails, so, yeah, I mean, or 4 tails, sorry. It's really good. I like it. It is burning effect on top of lava effect, so there you go. You get a lot of damage. And you can say the same with this, same with this. Nothing changes. It is just copy and paste. This, awful. It's better than this, but it's worse than all of this. It's not good. I don't like it. I don't like Five Tails. I like the look of it. I don't like it, though. I don't like the effects that it has, because it does so little damage. Also, the Q spec on it is also awful, because it does very little damage compared to literally everything else. So, there's another reason. This one, it's just better than this, but actually, guess I can do this. These are just kind of how they are. I mean, they're not good. They're okay, but they're not good. Can I actually edit? Oh, I can edit that. Okay, cool. This. The transparent cloak for the Six Tails. Plop. I really like it. It has the high... Actually, no, I'm going to put it on A tier because I like it so much. It does a lot of damage. However, it does have the highest damage of any of the transparent cloaks in the game. On the Q spec and on the Z spec. Because if you can keep the enemy inside of every single bubble and hit them with every single bubble, it is going to do the most damage possible. I think it deals more than like tailed beast bombs if you hit it right. And consistently, at least. Ow. Now, this is not good. Not so great. I mean, it's better than this. Better than that. But it kinda gets worse, because it only hits like once. So technically worse than that. I really like the Six Tails, though. It's really weird looking, but I like the way it is. This, it's like the exact same thing, man. The six paths of it is just decent, I guess. I mean, I could put it up here. I don't have anywhere to put it. I can't really explain the stuff. It's just the usefulness of it in an actual game does it, shine, but it's just not good. All the tailed beasts are so similar to each other, it's hard to rank them. Because they all give the exact same stat boost, they all have the exact same amount of, form level requirements after, what, after 1200? So, like, yeah. The transparent cloak on this is also really good. Top of the B tier, though. Yeah, that is definitely top of the B tier. It has a stun, and it auto tracks, so yeah. The normal cloak on it, it's also pretty good. It's also as good, I believe. And then the the Biju cloak, again, good. I'm gonna put this high lower than it though. It's not great. The 6 paths of all of these are just kind of eh. But the only reason I say this is because... Actually, that's probably why they made the left click on the normal Z-spec the way that it is now, because you'd get like nearly infinite stuns with that, because the effects still happened, so yeah. The tailed cloak of the Eight Tails. Actually really freaking good. It is on par with that. This is below it though. Since it only barely stuns, it doesn't work that well. The tailed cloak, I'm going to actually put it up a little bit more. But the tailed cloak, it lasts for so long, and it keeps stunning them and blinding them, so it's just annoying to deal with if you can land hits with it. The Biju cloak, it's better, but it's not that much better. I might as well just be making this the B tier, and everything's B tier. uh, I'm telling you, there's nothing to make these different. There's nothing special. The 6 paths of it is just actually probably worse than all of it. The 6 paths is just better than this. It's what the normal cloak of, what is that, 4 tails? 3 tails? I think so. I think that's 3 tails. Yeah, it's 3 tails. Alright. Yeah, it's better than the normal Biju cloak of the 3 tails, I'd say. Okay, this is where it actually gets decent. The Berserk state of this. The Q spec does get changed, which makes it debatably better than all of these. So it goes right here. It's not as good as these kind of things, but it is certainly better than everything on here. Now, the transparent cloak on it is very similar to this one, so that'll get a spot right next to it. Look at those little buddies. So happy. Happy, happy, happy. The normal cloak on this, however, everyone uses it. Everyone has Nine Tails maxed out. You know everyone has Nine Tails maxed out because you know they all want to be Naruto. So yeah. It's great, but everyone uses it. Then this is also great, but again, everyone uses it. I'm going to put these up there. Because if you hit both of the bombs, they do really good damage. And that's pretty much it. This is not as great, though. I'll put it down here. I'll put it down here. Yeah, that works. Now these both high A and definite S tier. The thing is with the Ten Tails, is that it has the highest stat boost. It always did, technically, because the first form gives what, like 3,200 and then 2,800 and everything else. 3,200 in Tide, 2,800 and everything else. And now the second form gives, what, 3,100 into Chi, 2,900 into Health and Nin, and 3,250 in Tai, I believe, making it the best form in the game, undisputably. It may not give the most health or the most Nin or the most high, but it has the highest stat average of all of them, and the transformation is, or not the transformation, the skill is insane on it. You get to keep the normal Z spec from the first form by pressing right mouse button and then Z, and then you get the Q spec, which does even more damage now because you have more Nin, bringing it up to like 79,000 on a single hit, and the AoE is massive. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to explain. I would go more in depth with these, but there's nothing keeping these from being the same, different. Every single 6 paths form is just a copy and paste, except they have different colors and a different beast. That's the only difference. I mean, and the effect of that beast whenever you use the right mouse button Z and then the right mouse button Q. The normal Z and the normal Q are the exact same on all of them, except for the Seven Tails, in which then you can fly, but that's it. That's the only difference. That's just the only issue I have with these 6 paths. They used to be unique and cool and actually freaking fun to use. Now they're just, oh, it's the 6 paths. Okay. And now you freaking proceed to fight them, but they don't have anything special with their Z-spec. It's just a bunch of projectiles. And I believe it also takes Chi to use the projectiles, which I'll test right now while I'm recording this with the One Tails. And the reason I say with the One Tails is because they're all the exact same. Okay. Yep, it takes about 500 mode to use the projectiles. So it's just a waste of mode to even use the 6 paths. That's pretty much it, though. But if you disagree with any of this, cool. You can tell me in the comment section below. Just don't attack me, please. This is all opinion-based. It's not something that's supposed to be held to facts, but I mean, using statistics or stats boosts, but that's only for these two, because they're just undisputably the best of all of these. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy, be kind to each other, and that's it. Bye.